And so, we are here to live the glory. We are here to live the love that we are. It's so easy to get caught up and focus on the mind's idea of problems. But we are here, plain and simple, to live the glory, to live the love that we are. We're here to live the true nature right on the surface of life. We are here to live the beauty, the magnificence, the peace, the simplicity that is the true nature of all beings. And so we focus the attention upon the truth of who we are. We glorify the glory. That is what we are here for, to glorify the glory right on the surface of life, to glorify the truth. We could say to glorify God, to glorify the divine right here on the surface of life. It doesn't matter what words we use, they are completely interchangeable in truth. Whatever resonates and brings the flow of the glory right to the surface, right? This is what we are here for. This is our divine service in a human lifetime. It is so easy to get caught in the Maya, in the quagmire, in the story, in the movie. But we are here to live the liberated essence that is the true nature. We're here to realize, recognize the true essence nature, to recognize that the longing of the heart, of every heart, is to know the self. The longing of the heart is to know this truth, to know freedom, to know love, and to live it. It is the longing of every heart. It's just that some hearts, we could say, have the maturity that they are drawn to the opening, to the flowering of grace. And some hearts are just still in the hamster wheel, right? Chasing the tail in the hamster wheel, just going around and around. But going around and around in the hamster wheel, it's purifying, it's wearing things away. And in all honesty, we will stay in the hamster wheel and we will keep rolling around in the maze of the mind until there is an opening, a landing, an anchoring, a recognition, we could say a resonance of this truth that opens up the landscape of consciousness to say, oh, there is something bigger, there is something vaster, and this is what is truly longed for, right? We imagine that over there, that is longed for, or that is longed for. I want that. No, now I want that, right? We imagine because we're looking in a limited landscape. We're looking in the worldly and we're trying to find, well, what would be the best possibility in this limited set of possibilities? What would be the greatest possibility that if I could get that, then I would be happy? And often it says, well, if I could have the right relationship, if I could have the right home, if I had perfect health, if I felt happy and, if my life was like this, if my life was like that. So we aim for the highest worldly possibility, not realizing that there's something even more profound that we can fall into. But when we open, and it's as if we're in a box, and we're just trying to find the best possibility, the best match in the box. But at some point, the resonance of truth comes in, and boom, the bottom of the box opens and you fall through, right? And you realize, oh, I'm not in a box. I don't have to make the best of life in the box. I've fallen through the bottom, and now I am this infinite landscape. And so the possibilities are infinite. It's a total game changer, right? It's a life changer, that you realize that you are not living in a box as a character trying to make the best of. And as soon as you have some inkling of this possibility, as soon as you have some inkling, what on earth would you be doing still hanging out in the box, right? Right? The bottom's fallen out. We could also say it's like you've been living in a cage, thinking that you're stuck in the cage, and then suddenly you realize that the door is open and you never have been imprisoned in the cage. So what on earth would you be doing hanging around in the cage, right? You would be trying to play it safe. You would be moving within a set of familiar moves. You would be playing it safe, moving within what is conditioned, right? The cage door is wide open. The bottom of the box has fallen out, but you're still here, just making the same moves because, well, these are the moves I've always made, right? But freedom is here. Freedom is calling, right? Freedom is not criticizing you for holding on to what seems familiar, right? There's an innocence to it. There's a profound innocence. But in your true nature as freedom, you suddenly see yourself, oh, I can't believe I've been hanging around in that box all this time, trying to make the best, trying to make the box pretty, right? Trying to make the box the best box with all the best things in, right? It's innocent. It's completely innocent. But when the bottom falls out, when you realize that there is no door fencing you in, and that you are utterly free, you are free as freedom itself. You are free as the presence of now. That the whole image of the box, the cage, the walls, the whole idea is a creation of the mind. It's all a creation of the mind. And so when we recognize the truth of the infinite nature, the eternal, timeless nature, we are the freedom, we are the spaciousness, we are the vastness, we are the infinite field of possibility, where nothing is as it seems. Nothing is as it seems. So do not be fooled. It's smoke and mirrors. It's a holographic appearance, and it's being created out of your own consciousness. But as soon as your consciousness drops out of its limited idea, and consciousness itself recognizes its infinite, unbounded landscape of possibility, you feel the aliveness of the pure potentiality that anything is possible. Anything is possible. It's not about manifestation according to the mind's ideas. It's not about manifesting for the me, although on a certain level it's possible, but you will hit a wall at some point, right? Because it has to be about the true manifestation of God's will. It has to be the manifestation of love on the surface of life, of peace on the surface of life. We have to be the living expression of divinity on the surface of life. That is what we are here for. We are here to live the glory. We're here to glorify the glory, to live as love, to live as light. So as these words come, the mind could say, oh, but how? When there's so much challenge, so much intensity. But it's not about a how, it's not a how-to program, right? It's not about learning anything. It's about feeling the resonance, feeling the resonance. And when you feel the resonance of truth, you are immediately in the vastness of being. If you let yourself, let's say, if you allow the resonance of where you feel truth, where you feel a sense of expansion into the spaciousness, the vastness of being, where you feel this truth, be so intimate with this truth, be so intimate with yourself, with your own consciousness. Be so intimate with the purity, the innocence, the beauty that you are. Feel the resonance and be carried into yourself. There is nothing to do. There is no how-to. There is no way that the mind can capture this moment and try and hold on to it. Because this moment is empty of mind. This moment is freedom. This moment is the beauty of who you are. This moment is the openness, the simplicity of being. We are here to fall into the longing for the self, for truth, for God, for freedom. We are here to fall into the longing. And when we fall into the longing, it is a depth of surrender where we have no idea where this is heading, who we are, what we are. You cannot find a ground in the old way. On a certain level, you feel that you are free falling because you are so light, you are so spacious, you are so unidentifiable as what you are, where you are, who you are. And yet there is this knowing of yourself that is the ground of presence. This knowing of yourself, it is the ground of presence, and it is wild and free and so alive, right? And this is what we are here for. We are here for this. We are here for this and for this alone. To stand alone as the one being that just is, right? So just to allow the humility to let go in this moment of the story, the misery, all the things that want to pull the attention, right? Just to notice how easy it is to get pulled in. But you are not the story. You are not life in the box. You are life free out of the box. You are freedom. You are life itself in utter freedom. And if you are waiting for the play to change, to be happy, then get used to misery, right? Plain and simple. If you are waiting for my life to be my perfect life, to be happy, then get used to waiting. You could wait the rest of this lifetime. You could wait many more lifetimes. But the outstretched hand of grace is here saying, choose now to be happy, right? It's not a mental choice. It is your free will card in the game of life. You get to hand in your free will card in every moment. and you get given it back because you're going to need it again, because you're going to get stuck, you're going to get trapped. So you hand in your free will card and you choose in this moment, that's what you choose. In this moment, you choose this moment, now, the timeless being. And right here again, you have the free will card in your back pocket, because at some point you will get in the spin and you will need to pull it out and choose this moment. Choose this moment. Choose being. Choose love. Choose life, right? It's not a mental choice. It's not a choice for the me to say I'm choosing love and I'm not choosing fear. You're choosing to recognize and live the truth of who you are. You're choosing to be the presence. You're choosing to not be pulled in to the story. You're choosing to be still, right? You're choosing to be still, just to be here, and watch. Just to be here. Love knows where you are. God knows where you are. Right? How does love know? How does God know? Because God left you the essence inside you, right? A tracking mechanism. It's a tracking mechanism, so God knows exactly where you are and what you're up to. But love, divine, knows exactly where you are and what you are up to. But also, how gracious. It is the spark of your God nature, the spark of the unconditioned love you are. And it is inside you as a flame, as a spark, as a wildfire. It is inside you as your true nature, right? The glory is right here. The glory is inside you. God knows where you are. Love knows where you are. Be still and be found. Be still and be found. Does not matter what is happening on the surface of life. Does not matter if you are embroiled in the crazy dynamics you have lived your whole life with family because it's Christmas time, right? Let's find out the true nature of Christmas time. It's about being the gift of presence for yourself, right? It's about not falling into the old story, not getting tripped up, or recognizing, oh, I got tripped up. I got tripped up. But in this moment, be still and be found. Be taken into yourself. Let the bottom of the box that may have resurrected itself fall out and fall into yourself. Fall into the wild beauty, the magnificence, the glory, the simplicity of who you are. Fall in this moment, to the timeless being that you are in truth. We are here to glorify the glory. We are here to glorify in jubilant celebration the true nature of all beings, right? We're not here to keep it a secret and to say, ooh, we're over here and we're feeling fantastic. We're here to say, you are fantastic. You are the living explosion of God nature, right? But we're not here to get pulled in, sucked in to the story of misery. We're not here to be pulled into a small dance and the maze of the mind, right? We're here to remember our true nature. It is our duty, our service. It is the grace we are being offered in every moment. Every moment, the grace is being offered. The outstretched hand of God, of love, is saying, take this hand, and walk in heaven on earth. Walk in the peace of your own nature right now. Be still, be found, be love, be the peace on earth, right? Rest here now in true nature and know the grace of who you are, right? So if there is a spin going on, if there is a mind storm going on, then the mind can get extra gnarly, and extra mean. But it gets mean to only itself, right? The story of the mind telling itself, even if it's playing as judgment or opinion, it's the mind keeping itself small. It's the mind keeping itself alive, right? And so this is where the free will card comes in. And love says, will you stay in misery, or will you fall into the love that you are, right? It does not matter what is happening on the surface of life. It is the mind that can get occupied and say, well, everything's busy, everything's hard, it's challenging. That too is the mind. Be here, be still, be aware. Catch the mind sabotaging, trying to capsize you, right? Catch the mind. Catch every single thought. Well, you're not worthy, you're not lovable, you're this, you're that, right? You're not getting it. It's the mind, it's the interceptor. Do not let the interceptor pull you into the quagmire of Maya. Be the aware presence that can see every single idea the mind offers. And do not be pulled in. Be yourself. Be the glory. Be the love. Every being has the spark of God as their heart, the true heart. Every being is utterly free in this moment. Every being has the free will card, the possibility to live this freedom now. The part that the mind says is hard is habit. The part that the mind says is hard is the habit to please others, to live in conditioning. It's habit. There is absolutely nothing holding you in any kind of pattern except your own mind. You are creating the image of your life. You are creating the challenge and the whole story, not because you want to, but because your consciousness is creating it so you can have a reflection of your consciousness, so you can see a reflection of the beauty, where the beauty is shining, and you feel the resonance of truth. And you can also see the reflection of what is unconscious, right? So where you meet resistance, judgment, interceptors, upset, opinion, all of that, wherever you're meeting that, that is a picture that your consciousness is creating to show you something of yourself that is unconscious. It's never, ever about anyone else. Never about anyone else. Let us say, if it is about someone else, it's about recognizing, oh, well, that's what's going on there, and I can use my free will card to not engage and be here and be free, right? You're not here to take responsibility for others. You're not here to try to fix people, try to bring them into consciousness. You're here to live this truth and to actually not rob anyone of their human experience. not rob anyone of their soul's unfolding. Every being is in their own unfolding, right? You could spend your lifetime trying to fix everyone and robbing them of the deep experience of their soul coming to the realization of its true nature, right? Everyone has to go through challenge. Everyone has to go through difficulty. Life is about balance, right? Life is about balance. But what we come to discover is that we don't have to be swayed by the cycle that we can be attached to of pleasure and pain, right? This play of the human condition, the human life, we're constantly trying to bring the balance of pain and pleasure to pleasure, right? We're constantly trying to tip the balance. More pleasure, less pain. More pleasure, less pain. More pleasure, less pain. And then even our pleasure is painful because we're either afraid for the next pain to come in, or we're so focused upon trying to keep everything that we don't want away that we're having a miserable time trying to have pleasure, right? It's a catch-22. It's the cycle of the human condition. It's the maze, and we're highlighting it here because everybody can get stuck in it, but you don't have to get stuck in it. You bring your free will card. Your free will card is to be here now. Be here now. When you are here now, you are the deep knowing that there is no separation. You're not trying to manipulate the surface of life to fit for you, to work for you. You're not trying to make the surface of life be responsible for your happiness. You're not trying to make people and experiences responsible for your happiness. You recognize here now, in your essence nature, the maturity of essence nature, no one is responsible for your happiness. You are happiness right now. In the felt sense of being here, you can confirm that there is no misery. In the felt sense of being here now, there is no misery. There is no misery without thought. There is no misery without identification with story. There is only happiness. When you are not pulled into the veils that tell you about the feelings and the emotions, when they're not bringing forward the memory and the stories, when you're not attached to past or future, and you're just here now, you're just in the presence of God, nature. You're in the presence of love, and you see only yourself here. You see yourself in your own consciousness. You see yourself in your own consciousness. So it is to gaze into the mirror of your own self, just being. Gaze into the mirror of the true light that you are. Gaze into the felt sense of simply being yourself and remembering who you are in truth. That nothing on the surface of life can be responsible for your happiness. Nothing on the surface of life can be responsible for you feeling love, loved, seen, validated, or any of that. Only seeing yourself, only loving as the love that you are, only knowing your pure, innocent, immaculate nature that is the simple presence here now? Can you reveal the happiness that is causeless, the happiness that is not dependent on experience, the content of experience, things and people, right? The chances are, the deeper you fall into yourself, the picture on the surface of life will change to reflect the depth of the consciousness being lived. But wherever there are triggers and challenging situations on the surface of life, they are here as a flow of grace, so that you can have the opportunity to live in your true nature and not be pulled into the story. Love is patient. Patience is boundlessly compassionate, right? Love is not here judging anyone. Love is here loving so fiercely. Compassion is here holding with such boundless kindness and tenderness. Love is here loving so fiercely that it is not saying, "Oh, poor you. Oh, what a hard time." Love loves so fiercely that love says, "You are not that story. Do not be fooled. Do not be fooled by the movie." Love says, "Do not be fooled. And I love you so completely that I will not let you get lost in the story of separation, the illusion. I love you so fiercely that I will just keep bashing your head against the story until you just fall out of the bottom of the box that you're bashing your head against the wall of," right? It's like a kid. You made a little box to play in and you forgot that you don't have to live in it your whole life, right? Like the washing machine box. It's big, right? You can make it really nice. You can make a little house for me, a little person house out of a big washing machine box, right? But you get to the point in your life where you have to say, "Oh my God, I don't gotta live in the box anymore," right? It's time. It's time in this timeless moment to see that the life that you have created as a life of me is Maya. It's just the same as if you had spent your life inside the washing machine box and you had grown up and you had had a career and you made a family, right? It's all happening inside the box. It's time to see through it. It's time to see through it. Pop the bubble, pop the bubble, the illusion of separation, and fall in to your true nature. Fall in to the glory. Love loves you so fully, so completely, that it will not conspire to let you keep believing that which is not true, right? We are here to love, to be the love that loves. You are the love that loves. You are the glory of God. You are the glory of God. You cannot understand with the mind how that is possible, but you can feel it in the heart, can feel the explosion, the beauty, the truth, the resonance, right? The mind says, "I could not possibly be God." No, mind, you are not God, but God is all there is. So you don't have to worry about the little old mind saying, "I couldn't possibly be love. I couldn't possibly be purity and wholeness and immaculate God nature. I couldn't possibly." No, don't you worry. Don't you worry. You're not, but you belong fully to that. And when you remember, little mind, that you belong fully to the glory, you just melt into the glory, and whoa, it's all happening here. It's all happening here. You are the glory. You are the power. You are the peace on earth that they spoke about in the Bible, right? How magnificent. Peace on earth. Peace on earth. You are. The love that is, you are. The glory of God, you are. Because that is all there is. It is all there is. So we have to say here, so included in the glory of God is all the challenge, is all the hardship, the whole story. It's all happening in the glory of God, right? The grace is the compassion of love. The compassion squeezes itself into a box, into gazillion boxes, right? Knowing while it's in the box, ooh, it's a little tight in here, but God, nature knows, right? The glory squeezes itself in and it plays the contraction. It plays the contraction and it's waiting patiently for the right divine moment to pop out of the box like a jack in the box, right? It's the infinite. It's playing out smallness. It's playing out the illusion of separation. But the moment that it pops out, when you feel the resonance and it pops out and you can feel the infinite, unbounded nature, you can never ever fit back in the box again. You cannot even imagine how you ever fitted in a box. Because you are boundless. You are unlimited. You are unrestrained, undefined. And in the presence of now, the knowing is here that this is who you are in truth. And here, in the presence of now, there is remembering. There is remembering that this is who you are. You cannot find it with the mind, but you can find it in the heart. Because where you feel the resonance of truth in the heart, as the heart, it's like the magic doorway. You come into the heart, it starts off feeling like my heart, my heart. And as you feel it as heart, as heart, as heart, as being, as being, as being, as I am, I am, I am, it gets wider and bigger and more spacious. And before you can even wonder how, the felt sense of heart is everywhere. It's boundless. And the resonance of truth is this alive knowing. It's this alive knowing. This is the truth. This is what I am. This is the spacious glory. This is the aware being. Can be aware of the story, the movie, can engage in the movie, but never ever leave the glory that is nestled in the heart of hearts, right? In your own presence, deep inside your own presence is the opening, the aperture to the infinite field of possibility. It's pure, alive potentiality, right? Pure, alive potentiality is life itself. It is the aliveness of life itself. Anything is possible here. The script is being written in this moment, this moment, this moment, right? The script is being written this moment, this moment, this moment, right? If you leave this moment and you're in the movie, you're in the old script, right? You're in the past, you're in the old story. If you get pulled in by a trigger, a memory, stress in the nervous system, you're in the old script, you're in the past, the story that's already happened, and you've got trapped in it. It's only coming forward for the stress to release, to shake it all off, like water off a duck's back, right? Little shake, water off a duck's back. Yep, I see you shaking. Shake it off, shake it off. Water off a duck's back. So you shake it off. You release the stress from the nervous system. You release that attachment to past and the old story, and you come to now, timeless being. The script is happening now. There's no plan for the future. There's no attachment to past. Nothing in front of you, nothing behind you, nothing above you, nothing below you, right? The box exploded. No ground. The ground is the presence of now. The ground is your knowing. The ground is this moment, here now. There's nothing else. There's no story. There's nothing else happening. There's just this moment. And you are the openness of the moment. You can, with eyes open, you can receive the images of this moment. But do not be stuck in memory, right? You can have the awareness to say, oh, mind is replaying. It's replaying. Oh, it's replaying it again. Oh, it's on repeat and it's playing it again. Repeat, 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 repeat. As soon as you see it, be aware. It's a repeat. It's stress in the nervous system, and it's repeating, repeating, repeating. So you stop. So you stop. Hand in the free will card. Be here. Be still. Be found. Be found in the presence of now. Be found in the presence of your true self. Be found in the presence of love, where there's just simple, joyful openness, where there is just immaculate being, right? So there's nothing to remember as we enter into this moment, because this moment, it's getting closer, right? It's getting closer to that moment that your mind is thinking, the Christmas moment, right? The family moment. It's getting closer. It's getting closer, right? The mind recognizes, but this moment, nothing here but this. This moment, nothing here but this. This moment, nothing here but this. And so this is the adventure. It is to keep resting here in this moment, watching the movie, watching how the body mind plays out, watching, oh, look at what they did. Ooh, right? Ha! Did not get stuck. Ooh, did not react. Uh-oh, reacted, right? Watch the movie. Watch it as the presence. Watch it as the vast open space, right? You're the space in which happening is happening. You are the freedom that is ever free. You are the love that just loves. Hold it all in love. Hold every being in love. If there is a trigger, if there is a charge, it is because memory is being stirred, and stress in the nervous system is having the glorious opportunity to release. Shake it off. Shake it off. Be still, be found. Let this be the mantra. Be still, be found. Love finds you. The presence, the freedom finds you. Be still, be found. Oh, here you are. Still free, still the timeless being. Be still, be found. Love knows where you are. Love always knows where love is. Be still and be found by the love that you are. Be still and be found by the peace that you are. Be still and be found by your wholeness, your whole perfect nature. Be still and be found by the happiness that is causeless, the simple delight of this moment, empty of content and full of the self, full of love, full of beauty, full of innocence. Every player is being animated by the same aliveness of life, right? Every player, let's say, is in the same predicament of the human condition. And every player has the possibility of pulling out the free will card. Not every player knows yet that they have one. So when you know you have one, you are in the realm of grace. You are already in the realm of grace. It is to be in the free will spaciousness where you get to choose love, God, truth, freedom, being, wholeness, or you get to choose to be caught in the maze of the mind. And if it feels like you're caught and you're trapped and you can't get out, be still, right? And be found. Right? Do you remember that in the supermarket when you were a kid? The parent or guardian said, if you get lost, do not move, stay still, and I will find you. Do not look for me, right? Just stay still and I will find you, right? This is the wisdom of the true parent. The true parent says, do not try and look, do not try and do anything. If you cannot just fall in to being, be still and I will find you. Be still, and I will find you. Of that you can be sure. It's immediate, the moment you are found. This moment you are still. You feel the presence of being and you are found. You are found, you are found, you are the finder, you are that. You're both sides of the coin, right? You're the love of God and the love of God, right? You're the one that loves God and you're the God that loves the one, right? It's all the same. You're God's love and the love of God, right? The love of God, the love of truth. You are the love of God. You are the one. You are that where there is no difference. You are that where there is just one same being, one same love. All beings belong to this sameness. You are not the story. You are not the movie. You are not anything that is moving and changing. You are the stillness. And so to be still and be found is the grace. When you are found, you find yourself, right? you find yourself. And then it is to be the keeper of this truth, right? By resting here, by resting here, resting here. This truth never goes anywhere. Stillness never goes anywhere. Love never goes anywhere. As you feel this truth confirm, where could love go? Where could love hide? Where could God go? Where could God hide? It seems ridiculous because, of course, there's nowhere for everything, the all-encompassing grace to hide. We could say, if you are in the Maya, it is hiding in every single thing. It is hiding in every single thing. Everything, everything. The big, the small, that which feels pleasurable, that which feels painful, that which feels like good and bad. It's hiding in everything, and it's conspiring for this great truth that is balance, harmony, essence, to be known and to be lived on the surface of life. To see only God in everything, to see only love in everything. And if it feels like that is not seen, it is to say somehow this too is love. Somehow this too is God. This is love trying to show me more of the love that I am. Somehow this is love attempting to reveal more of the love that I am. I cannot see it right now. I feel stuck. But somehow this too has to be the love that I am. Right? And even in this, there is a surrender. There's a surrender that says, okay, I cannot see it now, but I surrender to not knowing. I surrender that there is something bigger, vaster, and more profound that I have not fallen all the way into yet. Right? It's a surrender that says somehow, and you're saying yes to the part that does know. You're saying yes to the part that recognizes somehow this is love. Because the part that knows can speak that to itself. The essence of falling deeper and deeper into yourself is staying close, intimate with the truth, with the knowing, falling in and in and in to the knowing. Not trying ever to work it out with the mind. So be still and be found. Be still, and if it feels sticky, to say this too, somehow, in a way that cannot be seen right now, this too is love. This too is God. This too is the truth. This too is something that is coming to reveal more of myself. And where you can speak this and feel the resonance of truth, fall into the resonance, because that is your knowing. That is the surrender into your knowing, right? It is the spark of love that is already knowing itself inside. So we are speaking of falling into being aware of where the openings are in your own self. The presence of now. I am, I am, I am. Here now, here now, here now. And as you feel yourself here now, simply being, simple existence, so too will the felt sense of what you are and who you are expand into the vastness of being. The world is here not to be worked out, not to be won like a game. It is here to be seen through as an illusion and to be lived in as a play, right? In the earlier stages, we have to see through the illusion. Once we've seen through the illusion, oh goodness, it's still here, but now it's a divine play. God, love, is creating a play out of love, out of God, right? That's the divine play. God is playing every character, everything, every mood, every thought. God is playing all of it. It is pure divinity in a constant dancing flow as divinity, plain and simple. And it is conspiring to bring every being to this wisdom knowing. So you are either looking to see through the illusion, or you are seeing it all as a play. And seeing it all as a play, it is refining and bringing you into deeper and clearer seeing of how everything is yourself, how everything is God, everything is the glory. And so we are here to glorify the glory. We are here to glorify divinity, live this divine reality as divinity in the divine knowing, right? We are here to live peace on earth, right? It's not reserved, it's for everyone. It is the peace of being yourself, the peace of resting here. Be still, be found, be still, be found. Be found by yourself, as yourself, in the presence of yourself. The silence of now, the silence of the self. Has no opposite. It is the deep-rooted essence. The undisturbable peace. This is who you are. Mm. 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 in the oneness of the heart. You're never apart. That is the appearance. The appearances of many. The truth is just one. Mm.